We'd like to give everyone the opportunity to, if you'd like to share a reflection on Mrs. Kirk and what she meant in your life, we'd like to just kind of open it up right now. I know we've enjoyed BJ's testimony and the powerful thing that it was. We want to give you all the chance. If anyone would like to, just raise your hand and we'll give you time to share, please. And maybe you could say who you are and your connection with Miss Kirk.
Michael Morgan was her name, her landlord, friend, and a lot of things. Thank you for honoring Kirk. I'm so proud to be a part of the Kirk family. It means a lot. Mr. Kirk was my neighbor, and I said my tenant, my close by mom, a second mom. And she gave me the pleasure of 3 of her boys, including my dear friend Dave. She did a lot of other things for me. She was my own personal prayer vigil, because I could see in her eyes, seeing her on a daily basis. I know she said a lot of prayers for me. And I hope she'll continue to keep me in her thoughts. It's funny how an Irish Catholic boy from the rough and tumble streets of New York and Boston would come to love a bunch of boys, hardy, determined, from the hills of West Virginia. But there was something about our upbringing that made us close. I was always proud to say my mom was a personal hero to me. And I suspect that came from their mom being a personal hero to them. I think that was one of the similarities. And you know, of all the things Ms. Kirk did, she gave all 3 of her boys to the service of this country. Jack, United States Marine Corps; Dave, United States Army; Gary, United States Air Force. And so she sacrificed, and now we'll give her up to the Lord. Now we have to sacrifice and go on without her. And I just want to say to the friends and the Kirk family, move forward. You know what to do. You were taught well.
Amen. Thank you. Anyone else that would like to? Especially anyone in the family that would care to say, I know this is a difficult time sometimes to share. We want to extend that opportunity if you'd like to.
Scott, I'll give it a shot. I've been thinking about this, obviously, and didn't think I was going to do this, so I'm not sure I can. But,
Okay.
I mainly stood up because I want to thank all of you for being here, for being part of the program. The music has been fabulous, absolutely phenomenal. So we as a family thank so much all of you who participated. I also want to thank all the people that we won't have time last night and today. Obviously, it's a tough time for us, and we pull together. But I know that there's so many people from out of town who have come in. So many people cared so much about her, and so I'll just apologize up front if we don't get to each of you, and thank you for your love for her and the honor it is that you were here for her today. So I did want to say that. And on a personal note, if I can make it, I will tell you that something that many of you may not know, because it goes so far back in our family history, but as I was 10 when my father died, and my brothers were 17 and 15, so they were significantly older than I was. And Mom raised 3 boys. Daddy didn't have a lot of insurance money coming in, and those were some tough times. But she was a strong lady. And after Jack and David left, there was just me and her for a while. And she was my encouragement, and she was my hero. We live in a time where sometimes it's better living through prescription drugs. Everybody's taking a little pill to make them happy and get them through the day. I remember my mom in those days said, she would have enjoyed having the time to have a nervous breakdown, but she had 3 boys to raise. And that's really sums up a lot about how she attacked life on so many levels. It was mentioned earlier that that she went, when we came back in the church, I won't go through the whole history of things, but I'm sure most of you know that there was a period of her life, our lives, that we were out in the church and then out of the church for a brief period of time. When she came back in, her commitment was to go do something special, and she wanted to go to the mission fields, and she went to Africa. And lots of people go to mission fields, and they're all should be applauded, but again, I just think about the strength that it took for her to go alone. A lot of people go as couples or go with other people, and she stepped up and said, I need to go, I need to serve the Lord in this way, and and stepped out basically alone, going to Africa by herself. That to me, again, just the sign of the strength that she had as a person. And I probably better stop there. I started to try to make it a little more personal, but that's about the best I can do. She was, you know what she meant to all of you, and you can only imagine what she meant to us.
Amen.
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 Amen. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, please.
I'd just like to say that for me, Ora Mae Kirk was somebody exceptional. The experiences that I've had with her are tremendous indeed. And I remember the first time that she came to Augusta, she went right to work. And she took the position as a Sabbath school teacher for the juniors. And so we were associate teachers together, and that's where our relationship started. Just a wonderful, tremendous person. I spent many hours in her home. Whenever I visited her this last time, I met her sister. I met all her sons. Whenever I visited with her this last time in the hospital, she hated to see me go. She would say, "Are you ready already to leave? 5 more minutes." And I just couldn't leave her. She was a person that I felt I could trust. She told me things that she said, I haven't said this to a lot of people. She indicated to me that I want you to know that I pray for you every day. And I believe that, because she was that type of a person. She loved her family dearly. Rachel was just, she spoke about Rachel. You certainly made an impression on her as a grandchild. I don't know if it's because you were the first or what, but she loved you dearly, and she spoke about you every opportunity that she got. But I tell you, there's going to be a void for a while in my life, because I certainly will miss Ora Mae Kirk.
Amen.
Amen.
Anyone else that would like to share something? Yes.
Well, unfortunately, I was not privileged to be a pupil with Ora Mae. I wish I had. But I did have the privilege of seeing her at church every Sabbath, and I look forward to it, because she probably told me she loved me and kissed me on the cheek and hugged me more than my wife did. And I look forward to it. It's such a pleasant woman to be around. And my wife would smell that aroma on me when I go home. She said, "You've been hugging Miss Ora Mae."